Well, greetings again. This is Dr. Bill Wyatt with the American Orthodontic Society, and I am going to talk to you again about this thing of serial extraction. This is where you pretty well straighten teeth out. All you have to do is help them out a lot, and you can do this, and this should be taught in the schools. And over the period of my life, I've been teaching this for years and years. I used to go to St. Louis, where a pediatric dentist up there just was a real powerhouse, and he had about 150 pediatric, mostly, students in his study club. And I went up there for times and times, I don't know how many times, and spoke to those pediatric dentists. And his name was Roy Wolf, and he was quite a dynamic person. And nobody gave him any trouble with this. And I've spoken to several pediatric groups for years, and worked with pediatric dentists, had pediatric dentists go with me, and still we have not gotten the people that's making the final decision of there's what be taught, still have not come across. So I don't have much longer to keep doing this, but I'm going to go out hollering about it anyway. All right, we're going to watch this young lady. She was when we started, and we'll go through, and this is her pictures when we started, and we came up, and here she is after she's grown up now, very lovely young lady. And here is the problem that we had with her tight situation. We didn't do this reduction of the teeth or anything. The 4 anterior teeth come in straight. Person's breathing properly. I say we didn't. We did. We did. We came in and reduced those teeth right here. I just forgot about that. And that you line up the 4 anterior teeth, and now you look at what else you have there. The room you're going to have to put these teeth in. You look at that on your Panorex, and you see where these teeth are. Now, I don't care what kind of cephalometric or anything else you do in here. This is where those teeth ought to be. And that's because the pressure in this person's mouth, the lip and cheek pressure and the tongue pressure, put the teeth there, and that's where they want to be. And that's where you better put them, because they're going to go there almost any way you go. So let's get going here with this. Now here it is in 1975. We're down the line. We've taken those teeth out. Now some person came in there and put some stupid facings on those teeth, and they look worse than the teeth themselves, and I'm sorry for that. But this is in 1990 now. So here it is in 74. We did the pulpotomies, and this is something that ought to be taught to every cutting picking person that's going to work on children. Ought to know how to do these pulpotomies. And I've done about way over 1,000 of them, and I never have had one go bad like that. They do them on healthy teeth, and you cannot put a rubber dam on there. You just get messed up. You got to grind it up to get them down in way under the gum like that. And have never had one go, and we pack them with zinc oxide and eugenol mixed so thick that you can pack it in there like amalgam. All right, here's the front teeth. Whoever put facings over these teeth had a little bit of discoloration in it, but the blooming faces look worse than that. So anyway, This is 75, I believe, up there, and the teeth are fitting together good here. And there's these blooming faces in 1990. All right, here we go, 72 when we start, and here it is 90. 72, and there it is in 90. We cut these deciduous teeth down, did the pulpotomy, and the tongue moved these teeth out. She's got to be breathing correctly, functioning correctly, and naturally breathing through the nose and holding the mouth to it, and the tongue pushes out in here, and that's what brings these teeth out to this, and the lip structure catches it in here, and it lines the teeth up. They do not come in ideally, and if you've got just enough room, they'll line up nearly ideal, and that's what we hope for in this. So let's go ahead and look at it. Here it is in 77, and there it is in 90. Now, 72, looking at this, we went and reduced these teeth. I think they're already reduced, and the tongue pushed them over that area. Then you take out the cuspid, and the first bite comes in here, and this is your second molar right there. And a lot of times we'll take off from that and line up the cuspid in the first bite if we're keeping all the teeth, but that's the way we would do it. Now here in this case, we took the first bias out, and I'll show that later in the x-rays. And this is, I don't have the date on that right there. Here it is in 90, lined up, and we have sacrificed a tooth here. Here is the wisdom tooth back here on the side. She's got more tooth structure there. If you'd have kept this, you'd have had to extract that almost for sure. All right, here we go with the x-rays. We came in and did the reduction of the case, and that gave us room to line up these four, and then we cut these up down up here, and we lined up the four up here, and now the pressure, we see what's happening in here, what's going on. Now we see that we've got to make room for these three teeth to fit between the 6-year molar and where the first bios come out, or where we come out to the cuspid. So here we come in, and we've got the cuspids coming in, and it's really crowded. Here's the first bite, there's the second bite. The first bite, second bite, this tooth is running into that. It's not going to make it through there. And we have wisdom teeth that are forming. I can't show them on this particular right here, but that's what's happening. So we recommended removing these teeth right here. Now this follicle around the teeth will move them over. This will come up underneath here, and we took the deciduous tooth down some, or I recommended it there, whatever it was, and we extract this tooth. And when we take this out, watch what happened to the teeth. Now, when we take those out, the follicle will move them over in that place. So here, I don't have a date or don't see it on there, but with several months or a year or so, we just watched the thing come in, and now watch that. Now the tooth's gone, this space is closing, this tooth is at an angle like this. We'll take that baby tooth that was not cut out at all right there, and the one side is in further than the other side right there. Now we've got wisdom tooth up above. Here's a wisdom tooth, and there is one on this side over here. All right, here it is in 1977, and we've taken out a bicuspid right in through here on this case, and the tongue and the pressure from the inside is pushing this up here, and the labial pressure holding in the lips and the tongue, lips and the cheeks, hold them in on the side, and here's these wisdom teeth coming in. None of them come in the right spot. They come in, and if the pressure is right, the teeth they're shoved into position, and that's what straightens out the teeth in here. So this is 77, and this is 79, I believe, and we've got the wisdom teeth are coming in. The space is closed up, they're moving forward, and you can look at this case, you can't tell this tooth is moved bodily into this position right there. Now, why in the devil? This is not taught to everybody that messes around with kids' teeth and young people's teeth, that this can be done. If it doesn't come out just ideal, then you can come back and put some braces on there or whatever it takes to touch them up a little bit, and that might be something you could use with Invisalign, which I don't really appreciate. It just touches stuff up. And you learn what is coming in here, and this is 80-something up here. And now this is 1990, and here are the wisdom teeth, the second molars, the first molars, the second bias. The first bias are out of this gap right here. Everything's coming. They put these silly faces on these teeth. I didn't appreciate whoever stuck those on there. They look worse than if they left the teeth alone. So now the wisdom teeth we have traded for a bicuspid, and it's just come in like that. Now, what is the difference is keeping this from being taught? I don't know. If they may be teaching it in some of the schools now, but I've worked with pediatric dentists for years, and we have a number of them in the AOS, and we can teach you. If you can't get this taught when you go to school, then come to the American Orthodontic Society, and we'll darn sure teach you there. They've got some good guys that can know how to do it. So we'll hang up here. I think that's about the end of the line. But this is what we came up with. This is the young lady's face as she grows older. Here she is in 1990. You couldn't get this any better. I don't care who you are. You couldn't make it come out any better than the facial structure like that. You look at it from the front, and here is a lovely young lady that has not had any orthodontic appliance in the mouth whatsoever, and the teeth are straight. She doesn't have to wear a retainer. They were pushed in where the pressure is equal out here, and the teeth stay there. So that ought to be taught, and that ought to be something people do. If it's not perfect and they want to do it, add it to it, then come in and do a little patch-up orthodontics at the end of that. So I'm going to say goodbye, and hope you'll watch these videos, especially if you are a pediatric dentist or you work on children. Wherever you are, it doesn't matter in the world. I don't know. I don't have a foggy idea who I'm talking to here. There may be people in every country around, but you can do this. And I've done this on people that were missionaries. They couldn't possibly get orthodontics done, and we've saved them. Their teeth would come in pretty good, and then when they got out of that, they could have them touched up orthodontically if it didn't come out just right. So thanks for watching, and I'm going to say goodbye, and we'll close this thing up. And I am really stirred up about this, and I think the pediatric people, you may hate me for doing this, but I can't see why on earth you haven't got guts enough to get in there with the orthodontist and say, this is what we're going to do regardless of what you do. So let's hang it up.